Hi guys, a very Merry Christmas to you and your family and all your loved ones, and I hope you're making the most of it. Today's video is fairly special. It's going to be fairly long, but that's because I am going to talk about all the books that I'm going to read in the holiday season. As holidays are around the corner, I am going to read a couple of books that I wanted to read for a really long time. So this is my holiday haul. I bought all of these books. One second. Yes. So I bought all of these books for the holidays and I'm going to spend my time with these beautiful babies. So I'm going to tell you what all of these books are about so that if you like them, you can also get them. I get break from work this last week of December, the Christmas season, and I end up doing a lot of holiday shopping. So I save up money and that's what I did. I got all of these titles. I'm going to show you once again because I just so love my collection right now. So I bought all of these titles and I didn't mind spending all the money, and I am so happy that I have all of this in time, given it's taking really long for the deliveries to come. I know that you are equally excited to find out these titles with me, but before we get started, you know what you have to do. You have to subscribe to my channel on the link, and you also have to hit on the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of my future videos. Let me tell you beforehand that if you like any of these titles and if you want to read them too, I have shared the links for all of these books in the description box below, so you can go and get your copies from those links. So the first book that we have on the list is this, Jack London's Call of the Wild. This is a non-fiction title. And yes, I think all of you already know that I do not read non-fiction much, but this is a very powerful book in the sense that this is about the struggle for survival. It is regarded as Jack London's masterpiece. It was published in 1903 and it's about his unbreakable spirit and his fight for survival in the frozen Alaskan regions. I was absolutely enchanted by this cover, because I'm a lover of wolves and the wild, so that's The Call of the Wild for you. The next book that we have on the list is from an author who I've read before. This author that I'm talking about is an Indian author, Anuradha Roy, and this book that I'm going to read this time is An Atlas of Impossible Longing. This is quite a popular title from this author. I love her writing because I have read one of her books earlier, which was All the Lives We Never Lived, and I absolutely loved it. So I think I write her style and the kind of atmosphere she creates, the characters she designs. So I fell in love with that book, and I knew that I had to read this book also, which seems to be more popular and more loved. This story is about a widower who struggles with his love for his unmarried cousin, and it is also set during the partition period. So I think I really wanted to read this for all of these themes of longing and finding one's own identity in times of struggle. So this book is on the list for me. Now guys, the next book that I have is an absolutely enchanting book, at least in terms of its cover, as you can see. So this is a hard jacket, and I didn't expect it to be a hard jacket, not that I ordered it, but I remember ordering a paperback and I got a hard jacket, but I don't regret it because I think this is absolutely beautiful. And I mean, don't you think this is so inviting? The kind of colors, the kind of theme, and I think anyone who has just one look at it would probably want to read it. So that is one bit, but let me also tell you that the story feels really interesting in the sense that there is this Hindi novelist and he loses his son. Now this person is very calm, quiet, he's quite an introvert, and when he loses his only son, he does not know how to express his grief. So what he does is he starts writing about this wealthy person and his sons, and what follows is he himself finding his identity as a father in the society, in the lives of the people around him. And since he is a novelist, there's also a very prominent theme of poetry in here. So it talks about fatherhood, brotherhood, childhood, love, loyalty and poetry, and all of this combined, I think it gives a fairly nice novel. Again, it's from an Indian author, Amitabh Bagchi. You can take a look at this book. I really want to show it to you up close because I think this is really beautiful. So that's Half the Night Is Gone by Amitabh Bagchi. Then I have Milan Kundera's Laughable Loves. As funny as this title sounds, this story is actually quite intense, and To think about it, back in 1968 when this was published, this was banned in Prague, and it concerns all of these men and women who go out of their way to achieve erotic pleasures. They play such games and stratagems. So in this book, sexual attraction is shown in a very different light. Erotica is usually not my genre, but Milan Kundera is one of my favorite writers again, so Laughable Loves is on the list for me next. Then I have one author that I really love, Manto. And Bombay Stories is something that I really wanted to read. This book was not in not in stock for a really long time. I usually buy from Amazon, so I didn't bother checking anywhere else, but I realized this was available now, so I placed an order. I have read almost everything Manto has written ever. I also watched the movie that was released last year, or maybe the year before that. Anyway, so all of his stories are based around Bombay, and as I'm usually searching for books that are based on Bombay and the history of Bombay and stuff like that, I always find hidden gems about Bombay in all of Manto's books, because he was so in love with the city, and so am I, because it's my hometown. I think all of his experiences are going to shed some light on what Mumbai was like back in the 1930s before partition, and since there are hardly any books on the history of Mumbai, I mean, at least not that I can find, so if you guys know of any great books on the history of Mumbai, do let me know. The second last book that I have on my list is A Boy Called Christmas by Matt Haig. Now, I got this book because one of my friends recommended this book to me since I was looking for Christmas books for my last video, so this recommendation came in a little late. I'm going to read this book also because it has these beautiful illustrations. As you can see, it's got some inside as well. I will just show you because I really love illustrations. I think you guys will find it interesting too. I don't know much about this book, but I think I'm going to read it and find out if it's really interesting and stands up to the hype. The last book that I bought in this holiday haul is Ruskin Bond's Falling in Love Again. I think none of my hauls have ever finished without having a Ruskin Bond book, in that list. So this time also I wanted to buy something from Ruskin Bond because all of his books are so ideal for the holiday season. They bring you right into the comfort zone and they make you feel so relaxed, and I think all you need to complement his books is a nice hot cup of coffee, and you are good to go. Falling in Love Again by Ruskin Bond, as you can see from the cover itself, it is so beautiful and the title itself is so nice, and these are some of the, I would like to say, truest stories from Bond's life about all of those times when he felt love deeply for somebody, and he was swept by their emotion. So I think this makes for a beautiful read when we are speaking holidays. And with that, I have finished all of the books that I bought in this holiday haul. So once again, these books are not in any specific order, but just a quick look for you. I think probably the next couple of months for me are so sorted with all of these titles. Unfortunately, I'm not finding all the time that I want to be reading. I mean, I think all I really want is to find a corner and just a cup of tea and a couple of these books and no one to disturb me. But that hardly ever happens. We've got work going on, we've got so many other things going on. So I am still going to find the most of the time to try and read all of these books. You tell me, what are you going to read this holiday season? I would love to see the titles on your list. Did you also do a holiday haul? Please share the links for your videos or your blogs or anything else where you've shared your love for books. And as for me, I am going to wait to hear from you about all of these titles, and I hope you do not miss to subscribe to my channel. The reviews for these books will be available shortly on my blog, which is www.badbookthief.com. That's all, guys. I am certainly going to enjoy my holidays, and I wish you also make the most of it. Read whatever you want to read, or just do whatever you love to do, and let this final week of this painful year be as happier as it can be. I really do wish that for you. That's all for this video. I know this was a fairly long one, but then there were so many beautiful books to share and talk about, and I hope you've watched it right till the end. I shall catch up with you in my next video. Until then, be reading, be inspiring. Goodbye.